I'm worn out.
Wow.
And we haven't even got to the starting line.
14 attempts we just had to get the intro started. That was a total schmozzle.
Well, it's interesting that it took us the longest of all time because this is by far the longest film that we're ever going to review. Mahatma Gandhi.
Well, the only reason I want to watch it is because we watched Sexy Beast a week or two ago, and I wanted you to see the difference between that Ben Kingsley and this Ben Kingsley. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. How was that a week? What's going on with you?
Yeah, well, I've told you, not as much happens with me as it does with you. You've got a more active life than me. I work and travel and come home.
What was that? You travel?
You tell me a story. I'm telling stories all the time.
Do you know what I was thinking about this week?
Go on.
I was putting my credit card in, as you do over and over and over again for whatever things you're paying for. You would think by now I would know my CCV number.
Yeah.
Do you know your CCV number?
I do.
For all the different...
No.
When you're on... That was what was the highest card you can get? The Black Amex or something that you're on?
Black Platinum.
Is it the Black Platinum?
No,
do you have a CCV with a Black Platinum?
No, Amex have their 4-digit number on the front.
Right.
Visa have the 3-digit
and you
CCV
remember them all?
I know the one I need to because I use it on my online things.
It's so bizarre.
And you put it in.
My brain just doesn't register to remember. I probably just don't think about it enough.
You've only got that much brain, and so you don't want to waste it on things that don't matter.
Well, okay, so you were showing just with your fingers, you were just showing a little bit to a radio, to audio podcast.
No, it's on YouTube, Robbie.
Well, it's funny because there was a show, I think it was a black and white show in the 30s, 40s, 50s. I can't remember what it is. I always love to find it again. May have been with Doris Day.
No, what was it called?
We used to watch.
You know that guy?
No, and the final question on this quiz show
Charlie Chaplin
was, do you remember what is your credit card number? And I'm sure that they got it right and won this quiz show, but it was a really, really old Doris Day type film. And
Doris Day?
Yeah.
Going deep.
There was a Doris Day and Frank Sinatra one that I remember growing up. This is maybe when I got into films. And Doris, I think it was Doris Day or maybe it was Frank Sinatra, were trying to kill themselves in the rain after leaving a party and driving.
You're a Frank Sinatra fan?
I recall... Jeremy and I
what was
love
the next
singing
line? I've forgotten the city.
My Way.
No. What was the...
Bam, bam, bam,
no. But the one you just did, first of all. I recall Central Park and Fall.
So that's from Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
I recall.
Yes, but is that his song? No. Okay, so yes. My Way.
And now
the end is near.
Yeah, no, you can't do justice to Frankie Boy. He's bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town.
Well, you know, I'm a golfer.
Kong.
Nick Faldo won a golf major, and instead of being humble and thanking everyone, he sung My Way as his speech, and that's why he's hated.
Nick Faldo.
You want to go that on YouTube? YouTube Nick Faldo winning. I think it was a British Open, and he sang My Way. You toss bag.
I think I'll have that played at my funeral.
I did it my way.
My way.
And through it all, when there was doubt.
It's like, to me, it's like the poem If.
Oh, enormous.
Rudyard Kipling. It's got that same sentiment, that same tone.
No.
Yeah, when you're down and out and people are giving you the shits and kicking you,
Not at all.
You can believe in yourself, you can do this, you can get up and about.
I've read
and through it all, when there was doubt.
Not at all. One's more inspiring. Rudyard Kipling's If, and I read it when Simon was on the podcast. If you recall.
When losing
it was life lessons. If you can treat those, success and failure, and treat those two imposters as one the same. Yeah. No, it's much more. You'll be a man, my son. No, much.
Different theme.
If you can walk with kings and never lose the common touch.
Oh, I love it. I think it's inspiring.
Have you heard Dennis Hopper? Dennis Hopper saying it?
Nearly as good as the Rocky speech.
No, up there.
So have you got? Obviously, you've got some My Way stuff happening. We can plug it in and play and da.
Well, I didn't. But tell me your other Frank Sinatra stuff.
What do you mean? So any other Frank Sinatra stuff? What have you got?
I can get it. I'll get it going.
Oh, don't worry about the stuff. No, that's it.
Through it all, when there was doubt. Anyway, we're a long way from Mahat.
Tell me. From Mahatma Gandhi. So apart
we
from that,
should jump into it because it's 3 hours worth of content.
Do you know my? I told you about my heating and cooling, which stuffed up, which is one thing, and then the following week, I went into my shower The shower door was a bit loose. Opened the shower door. It's a curved shower door. Smashed. Shattered.
And why?
Don't know. It was so bizarre. It's been hanging off for a while.
You're the architect amongst us.
I'm not a shower manufacturer, though, am I?
I don't know. It's in the same game.
Is it really?
So is it fixed? Or are you showering now, open air style?
Well, no. So the whole thing shattered, but thankfully it was toughened glass, so it doesn't break into shards. It breaks into tiny little fragments, if you like. You can still cut yourself, but thankfully no one was injured. The problem is it's like 20 years old, and it's a curved shower, and do they sell them anymore? Of course, you can't just buy a single door. You've got to buy the whole bloody shower. So now I'm like, right, but I've got to take the shower off. So I spent an afternoon taking the shower off, and I was really pleased I got it all off. And then, because it's 20 years old, it's a bit gunky. We do clean it, obviously, but it's still a wee bit gunky. But
do you reckon, right? I say this dead fucking serious, that people put on our podcast and sit there and think, wow, what a story. The guy I listened to's shower smashed, and there he's describing it like you're down in the dumps. You think someone's walking around the streets thinking, what have you been doing? Oh, funniest story. The guy I listened to's shower broke. Is that the best we've got?
well,
You cracked at me about Legends of the Fall the other week. We need a story minimum. Oscar-worthy stories.
do we really, Ron? And how do you think that would hum? Wait, how do you think we'd get
Badly.
No, how do you think we could plan for that?
Oh, we certainly... How's your week gone? My shower broke and I cleaned up the glass.
I agree with you. How do you think we could improve on that? What's the one thing you think we could do to improve on?
We could have a meeting.
Right.
And prepare. And have a running meeting, but you don't come. You don't attend. You're always out to discuss off air. We'll come back to you with better stories than Rob's shower.
All right, I'm going to move straight on to Gandhi. I mean,
Please.
it's fair.
You didn't like it, eh? You don't like a bit of chin music coming back.
I think you're 100% right.
Tell me more about your shower.
Well, it's not been installed yet. I'm wondering whether I should do it. Should I get somebody in to do it?
Rightio, Ghandi.
Ghandi, my favourite movie.
Now, I've been waiting for that. Stop the clock. How long have we been going?
We've been going now for 10 minutes.
And you haven't done your neck yet.
No. Like you go, but you must speak like this too. You've got to, but with this
But
one.
he was English. He was English.
If you could just listen for a second, please.
Go on.
He has a very soft voice. He's a very, very soft and very softly spoken. So we're watching this just as a background. We're reviewing this because we watched Sexy Beast very recently, and that Sexy Beast show is very different to this Ben Kingsley. Let me tell you a little bit about Gandhi. Directed by Richard Attenborough and starring Ben Kingsley, Ghandi is a sweeping historical biopic that traces the life of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi from his early days as a young lawyer to his role as the leader of India's non-violent independence movement. The film opens with Gandhi's assassination in 1948, then flashes back to 1893 when he is thrown off a train in South Africa for sitting in a whites-only carriage. This moment becomes the catalyst for his lifelong commitment to fighting injustice through peaceful resistance. Gandhi becomes a major leader in the Indian independence movement against the British Empire during the 20th century. He returns to India and begins organising mass civil disobedience against British colonial rule. He promotes non-cooperation, boycotts of British goods, hunger strikes, and symbolic acts like the Salt March, challenging the British salt monopoly. His influence grows as millions follow his philosophy of non-violence despite repeated imprisonments. As tensions rise between Hindus and Muslims, Gandhi struggles to prevent sectarian violence during the partition of India and Pakistan. Although independence is achieved in 1947, the division leads to bloodshed, something Gandhi desperately tries to stop through fasting and appeals for unity. The film ends where it began, with his assassination, framing him as a moral force whose methods reshape political protest around the world. Rowan, had you seen this, and what did you think of it?
I had not seen Ghandi. And what did I think? Drum roll, please. Fucking brilliant.
Really?
I loved it. Absolutely.
Oh my God, wow.
Yeah, I loved it. Did you like it?
Yeah.
I loved it. If I had one criticism,
Shit.
it could have been broken into a mini series, right?
Well, it did have its
It had
intermission.
intermission. So it's the second time I've seen intermission. That and The Sound of Music. But how could you not like it? What true story? Okay, whether it's all true or there's a little bit of poetic license. But what a magnificent man! What spirit that he had to fight them in the manner that he did. Right?
Yeah.
By not fighting them, because why are you looking? You're looking confused.
Well, no, because you said something right at the start. You went, Gandhi was English. Gandhi's not English. He's
was.
He's not, mate. He was born in.
No, I'm sorry. His father was English. He had an English accent. His mother was Indian.
He was born in India.
He says at the start of the film he was a lawyer in London.
Yes.
That he had quite a strong English accent.
He did, because I think he'd done a lot of training in London, but he was born in Gujarat, India, trained as a lawyer in London. He first developed his political philosophy.
I thought they said his dad was English.
No, anyway, it doesn't matter. It just,
but he was quite unique because he was highly intelligent. Highly intelligent. It wasn't just all mumbo jumbo. I'm not trying to, he wasn't a hippie, right? He was intelligent and he could make a case. They said he's quite unique, and he there's an old saying, right? What do they say? Sort of like, kill him with kindness, right? Because it reminded me a lot of Braveheart.
I was going to say, what about Desmond Dawes
in
Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah, a little. This was more, to me, Braveheart. Braveheart inspired a nation through fighting and aggression. And he even says, William Wallace, the Mel Gibson film, to the head of Scotland, men don't follow titles, they follow courage. He was the spiritual leader without any formal title. The Prime Minister would go and see him. How do you get the will of the people? And Gandhi got them by saying, if we hit back, it also reminded me of Israel a little bit, because no matter what happens, Israel gets blamed. No matter what happens. So he says...
I think that's a very, very
long
bow, mate. Israel is the opposite of his philosophy.
No. Philosophy-wise, yes. What I'm saying is, no matter what happens in the world, if there's a war, someone will say, Israel caused it, right? And what he says is, let me get this out. He says, if they hit us 3 times and we punch back, we'll say we antagonise them. So we're going to completely do nothing.
Longbow. What about Mandela? What about South Africa?
Very much Mandela. These guys are revolutionaries. They change countries. They change the world. My wife, I've driven her mad this week because I've quoted him all week.
Really?
I said, Mandela, she's screaming at me and I'm like this. I'm cool. No argument. I have chilled out because of this dude. I love him. He's magnificent. I've been quoting him all week.
Really?
Yep, really.
I'm
no
really
bullshit. The only thing wrong with it, he's so long. How many seatings did you do for this?
Just the one, actually. I had it on my monitor as I was working, because I'd seen it before. I was kind of watching in and out of it. But I watched it in one sitting.
Thanks for asking. I did it 3. I had 3. An hour.
On your phone still?
No, put it on the big screen.
Really? Anyone will sit and watch it with you?
Yeah, Ollie's on section 1. So Ollie watched with me the first hour. It's absurd how long it is.
But talk about the scenes and what you liked about it.
Okay, well, I'll go through it for you, right? So,
I'll tell you just quickly what I was trying to work out if I like her or not. And we know it's based on a true story and is a real guy. I don't know if I like to see the assassination. I don't know if I like to see the ending of a film at the start.
Oh no, I would agree with you. That bothered me.
Because that's coming.
I didn't. I knew very little.
Yes,
so this for me, I knew very little.
Yeah, so for that reason, it probably shouldn't have been. If you don't know what happens, and I'd kind of forgotten the start of it, and then of course
it was actually quite cheaply done. It was pretty obvious too.
Oh God,
it was pretty obvious.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but you tell me through the eyes.
But I didn't. Okay, I'll show you how uneducated I am in this space. I knew of Ghandi. I knew he was an Indian legend. I did not know anything else more of why or how and what he did. All right. So to me, it was educational. And I fell in love with the man. All right.
And you love your biographies.
Yeah, because it's true.
And you love your history.
The history and the time. And the other piece, with everything that's going on in the world, right? And I always think the West is correct. And, you had Churchill in World War II. But the Brits...
The British government...
They're no saints.
They were
tirades, right? When they shoot... that scene when they shoot 1,600 of them, and then the court case, and the general says,
Okay, well, let's take a step back.
Well, you asked me to go through it.
I know, but you're going to talk about some incredible scenes and massacres that happen. We've got to explain what they are.
Okay, please.
So,
Well, you're the Scotsman. Do you like the English?
look, I'll say no because there's always been a Scottish English thing, but of course, I mean, like, I don't hate a nation.
No, but if they've prosecuted your people when you were growing up, or, were they walking the street, like the English and the Irish, right? The Indians and the Pakistanis, Israel and the Middle East, right? There's certain people that don't get along. Okay, so the English and the Scots get along.
On a surface level, no. I don't have hate in my heart, brother.
No, you got cement. We've worked that out.
I don't, like, the sectarian hate that's around the Catholics and the Protestants who do genuinely hate each other.
Well, not you, though, to many. If I asked your father, if I asked 20 Scottish people.
It's an interesting... these days, I don't know.
Because Australia's like Switzerland. No one gives a shit about us. We're a little island in the middle of the water. No one cares. No, we don't have a fight with anyone because we're a million miles from anyone. We haven't taken anyone else's land. Right? Wars go over a couple of things: money, power, geography.
Yeah, and I think that, yes. Well,
no? Okay.
The problem
you can't have a political conversation. Fair enough.
But you're right, because I'm not that politically... But you're quite articulate when you talk about politics. Look, Scotland gained independence and wanted independence because they wanted to form their own country because they didn't want to be ruled by the English, essentially. So if you're looking at it from...
Well, that's what we're talking about. With Braveheart, they came up in the 1700s, weren't they? They were under English regime.
There's deep history there, right? But for me, I just don't feel that. I'm not politically motivated. I'm not politically interested. But it is. But there's also generations, obviously, of families there that have been hurt, murdered, killed. People through generations have come up through the ranks of various clans and are still affected by it to this day.
Okay. Well, continue on.
In Edinburgh, specific Glasgow, maybe not so much, but Edinburgh, Dundee, Fife, Inverness, Perth.
What would Cassie say? What would Cassie say?
Was it different? Plenty of English friends as well, but it's kind of the same thing. There's a rivalry. When I grew up, involved in groups and youth groups and all this stuff, there's a healthy rivalry between the Scottish and the English. We would stand and scream at each other in a fun way and sing songs against the English.
I know, but if you could beat one country in something, who would it be? World Cup. Let's just say World Cup soccer.
For sure, England. Yeah. Scotland v England? Oh. If that's what you mean?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
That's what I mean. Like, for Australia, if we could beat anyone...
Because they're arrogant and they're full of themselves. And
ours would be the English as well.
As a sporting team. But okay, so you're talking about as a nation, like as a sporting
Yes, not you as an individual.
Well, then, yes, I hate the English. Fucking yes, I hate the English, and I hope they lose everything.
Sorry, everyone, for the last 8 minutes trying to explain.
I don't know if you mean I hate English people. I've got English friends,
I'm talking
English family.
At a national level.
Right, well, yes, definitely. Fuck the English.
Fucking Jesus.
Well, maybe
can you set the scene then? Because there's some enormous scenes here.
Well, there are enormous scenes. Well, I mean, we should talk about the fact that the British rule. So Britain didn't take over India all at once. It began in the 1600s as trade, and then by the mid-1800s, the British government took direct control. India became part of the British Empire. The British Empire. The British built the railways, the courts, the schools, but they also made the laws of this country of billions, controlled the economy and took resources back to Britain. Many Indians were, as we saw, were treated unfairly and had little political power in their country. Over time, more and more Indians wanted independence. Peaceful protests, political movements and growing unrest made it harder to rule. And then 1947, Britain left and India became independent.
So just go back then, because the start of the film is I wish I had better words than beautiful. He didn't go looking for this. He fell into this, right? He was a lawyer. He was treated badly in that very innocuous scene on the train. What do you mean? What do you mean you're sitting? Why are you sitting in first class on the train? Get out. I mean, they use kaffa, which you know what kaffa is in South Africa, right? Right? I mean, it's an awful word to use, like the N word.
African American, yeah, it's N word. Right? Yep.
It's the N word, right? It's a South African equivalent. He couldn't understand why isn't everyone treated the same, and then he gets bashed and becomes, the very famous scenes. What makes him famous is he fights against South African oppression, gets smashed in the face, and he won't stand down. It reminded me a little bit of that Impossible, the guy when he won't give up the stick. that other film I got you to watch, against the Koreans, and he won't put the stick down. Anyway, so he says, I won't, he becomes world famous. He then goes to India, and he still doesn't understand the people. So then he travels for like 2 years to understand India. And when he's on that car looking at and you've been there, I want to hear your thoughts, right? When he's seeing the mother breastfeeding in the street and babies with no arms and the loss and the dirt and how awful it is. And he wants to stand up, and it's sort of, some people go searching for leadership and stardom and fame. And this sort of got thrust upon him just because he was so articulate and so calm. Didn't you think?
Yeah, and even his wife wasn't up for it initially. He was willing to throw his wife out because of it, and he was losing his mind, and he wasn't sure how to do it, but he just knew it needed to be peaceful. He wanted to show no resistance whatsoever, and the number of hunger strikes that this guy went on, it was phenomenal.
And the humility, right? Because he kept saying the whole film about 3 times, maybe I'm wrong here, maybe we're doing this wrong, maybe I'm doing this wrong. It wasn't just the hunger strikes as well. They walked up to the soldiers. What about that scene?
So that was the salt march, yeah.
The salt march, when they walk up and they know they're going to get the shit beaten out of them, the next lot. And it was trying to prove the point. We are not fighting here.
Pacifists.
We are pacifists, but you need us. So when it wasn't great when he says we're going to call a public holiday, and non-committive, what was the word you used at the start?
I'm not sure.
See how the country runs when we don't do any work for you for the day, right? No power, no cars, no this, nothing will work.
Well, they're just treated as
slaves,
second class, not even second class citizens, as just inhumane. It was just horrible.
There was no respect, even when he said, right, we would rather. Someone said to him, we don't, even if you get what you want and you become an independent India, you don't know the tyrant that could lead India. And he said, there's no one alive that wouldn't want the tyrant that's our own than someone else to be a tyrant. Didn't you think that was magnificent?
Yes.
And the other bit was when he even got to the point where he wouldn't wear the clothes. So unless it's woven, remember he kept doing the whole film, he's doing the weaving? Mm-hmm. Because he spent his life in India-only clothes. He wouldn't wear clothes. I mean, I love Nike. We all know Nike's made in China. I'm drenched in it from top to toe. You could see my shoes and socks, right? And I just felt an unbelievable sacrifice he made. He was a lawyer. He could have been well engaged with the Brits and gone up. If he was selfish, he could have led it reminded me a lot of Oscar Schindler as well. Mm-hmm. Because he sacrificed his own personal comforts. He lived like a pauper. Didn't he? No clothes. He's getting beaten up. He's going to jail. I'm going to jail. No problems. Just another trip, he said. Remember when they walk off, just another trip? He was unbelievable. He was so good, Ghandi. Didn't you like it? You're sitting there.
I'm super impressed that I've never seen you this animated. I am not very good in political discussions. It is your forte. I think we're going to have to bring more films like this here.
He was amazing. And then I'll tell you what you would have picked up then, his body change through the fasting. I mean, he was tiny by the end. He was, was sad. And then even he had a lovely wit about him as well. Finally, when he could eat, they said the war's ending. That's when he was trying to stop the entire nation. I'll have an orange juice. When he said, I'll have the orange juice. And
he didn't want to stop. He actually didn't want to stop because he wasn't sure that they were really putting down their arms.
Oh, he said...
With the Muslims and the Hindus.
That lady whose place in the film I couldn't understand. Could you explain her role to me?
She was just a disciple, just a follower.
She was just a disciple, right? She wasn't a love interest or anything like that. He had the wife.
Well, there was a funny line that they gave with the...
Yes, he did. Go on.
I'll try and find it. Talk about the massacre for a little bit, because what happened there...
The Salt Massacre?
No, it's called... The Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened on 13th of April 1919 in Amritsar, India. A large crowd had gathered peacefully during a festival to protest a new British law and the arrest of independence leaders. British officer Brigadier General Reginald Dyer blocked the only exit to the enclosed garden and ordered his troops to fire on the crowd without warning. Soldiers kept shooting until they ran low on ammunition. Hundreds of people were killed. Estimates range from 380 to more than 1,000, and over 1,000 were injured. Britain has never formally apologised, though it expressed deep regret in 2019. I mean, that was just
And their court scene,
horrible.
why did you do it? And he said, to make a statement so they know. And then that one judge on the left says, what about the children? You've been shooting the children. What were they going to go and do? And it was...
Did you help them? I asked for those. We helped those that asked for it.
We asked for those. Sorry, we helped those that asked. He goes, how could a wounded child ask for help? That was a great, clever way of showing how moronic. It's barbaric. Like you've spoken about before, only 100 years ago, these things. This is in our lifetime.
I know.
You know, this isn't long. This isn't 500 million years ago, and we're talking about Jesus before Christ. Gandhi, this is mid-90s. So, and sorry, the other bit. I know I'm a bit of a rant here.
1919. You go.
The worst human that's ever lived in mankind, most people would say, is Adolf Hitler. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Yep.
Okay. So there he is, the start of World War II, and on the other side, and he's the most aggressive, wants to wipe out a race of people and create his own Aryan race, and then at the same time, across the globe, there's a guy who won't fight at all, right? What a world, what a different world if we had Gandhi running Germany and no Hitler. What a lot, there wouldn't be 6 million Jews, we wouldn't have the Holocaust, would we? We would have had a conversation about independence and freedom and rights. He's Mandela on heat. I thought he was amazing.
Well, very interesting because Second World War was 39 to 45. Gandhi was assassinated in 1948.
Yeah.
There's no reference to any of the war that was going on around them at any of that point. Why?
Did they mention Churchill at all?
I think Churchill was mentioned.
I think Churchill was mentioned, but no, they didn't go off. So the Brits were obviously, I mean, they're the British Empire. They're sort of America, I know this must sound stupid. America is probably the leading country in 2026, the epicenter of the world. But I reckon in 1950...
The British Empire.
It was the British Empire. Europe, they were the biggest power, most well-known. They led the way. They were the ones that... I mean, Churchill, as we spoke about in the darkest hour, he led the West, right? But India, they were oppressed, right? They were seen as their... one of the British guys even says quite arrogantly, but you're British, you're part of us, right? Yeah. It's I always think to myself, this is going to sound terrible. It's like Australia with Tassie. Tasmanians, they're sort of the second cousin, like they're not really part of Australia. They always feel like they're tacked along. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm not really, but yes, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
There were some very good lines. I mean, Gandhi has some brilliant. He said, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind."
Isn't it clever?
It's so sweet. They may torture my body, break my bones, even kill me. Then they will have my dead body, not my obedience.
And that is exactly the William Wallace freedom speech. They can take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
100%.
You can beat me and kill me, but you still haven't got what you wanted, which was me to agree.
Yeah.
And if I have to die to do it, to save India, I'm dying to go to India. The only reason after this I am. Right. And talk more. You've done India.
I'd love to go to India with you. Well, I love India. I love the chaos of India. I love the mayhem of it all, the colours, the sounds, the smells. As I've talked about before, it's a total brain explosion, and that really appeals to me.
But it's a different India, right? Like you're seeing the fruits of Gandhi's work 70 years on. You're not getting the India that we see in this film, right? Where there's slavery and second-class citizens. You're going...
No.
And they're independent country now.
There might be an independent country, but the poverty...
I'm sure.
The total disproportionate between the poverty and...
The wealthy and the poor.
Yeah.
Do you think that's religious-based? Or it's just the sheer volume of them?
Sheer volume.
They just can't handle it. I mean, it's unbelievable, the number. I think they're 1.3 billion Indians, is that right? Something outrageous.
A few more lines that hopefully will trigger something in you.
Well, what about lines? But you picked this because of the Ben Kingsley double role, so why don't you talk about that for a second?
Well, look, I'll come back. I will come back to that. Right. Because poverty is the worst form of violence. That was another great line. I'm a Muslim and a Hindu and a Christian and a Jew, and so are all of you. I love that line. Bapu, it was called Bapu a lot. The whole country is moving. Yes, but in what direction? Right?
Yeah.
And then You don't think we're just going to walk out of India, says the brigadier. Yes, in the end you'll walk out because 100,000 Englishmen simply cannot control 350 million Indians if those Indians refuse to cooperate. And the one when the follower, this lady, she comes in and she's talking to Gandhi's wife, and they're intimating, did you guys have sex? And she says 4 times he tried and failed. And then he took a vow of celibacy. And it's Candice Bergen, who's the actress, she says, when she's in her 70s now, has he tried since? And she replies, not yet. In her 70s, as if he's still going to give it another shot.
I'll tell you the bit that I also really liked is, even though it was under British rule, the judge hands him down, Gandhi, a 6-year sentence. And he says to him, I hope I have to, by the law, give you 6 years, but I hope you appeal and the next judge lets you off, because they agreed. He agreed. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was arrested the first time for inciting, what was the word? They used the word, disturbing the peace. He said, what am I arrested for? Disturbing the peace. He says, well, I can't help it. Oh, and the only bit that's a bit Hollywood in the film is when the train arrives and there's a gazillion of them and someone says, who's coming? He's coming. It was like a Michael Jordan when they just go, he's coming. You knew it was going to be Ghandi, quite obviously, right? So I thought that was a bit Hollywood. Probably took one of a point off, but
maybe. But I think it probably did happen as well. He was that revered.
Do you know did you pick up what age he got married? They said it.
Tell me.
13.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Gandhi was married to her at 13 and they recreated their little wedding. And
that's right. It was very sweet.
Yeah, very
amazing.
sweet.
Just to understand all the history about it was fantastic.
It was a history lesson. It was well acted. It was uplifting. And it was such a different way to look. I'm outspoken, ready to go, talk a lot, I'd get into a fight, or I'd run behind you if there was a fight. But what a lovely way to live your life. Passive, calm, articulate. Don't raise your voice, and I'll explain to you why I'm right. He's nourishment for the soul, that dude.
Yeah.
You're surprised I can put words together?
Yes. Like this as
Did
well.
you think I was going to not like it?
I thought you would. I actually wrote a little thing at the top. You're going to go, it's boring, it's long, it could have been 2, it could have been an hour, it could have been 20 minutes, just reduce it all.
It probably could have been shorter, but when you're into it, you're into it. I mean, it's not a film you need to go back to. You quote my sisters for 12 Years a Slave. It's a once watch. I've got the...
Yes, yeah.
You don't need to watch this again. No. You're not going to go, oh...
It's an epic, because you watch it once, you remember. Like, this is a movie that you'll always remember.
It's the 10 Commandments. It's these sorts of epic generational films. The Mandela ones, right? Like that. Sorry, Rob, I cut you off.
No, you didn't. Well, I was going to move to cast, but I just want you to keep talking and keep rolling.
Well, I'm just trying to think of anything else that... it was more the similarities just before we did that. I think we've done that, right? Whether it's Schindler's List, whether it was Braveheart, trying to think of some of the other films that triggered for me.
Malcolm X.
I haven't seen it.
Hunger, Trial of Chicago 7.
Oh, sorry, yes, I got one other thing I want to talk about.
Go on.
I tell you what, and this is so true in life. He finally got what he wanted, right? He got an independent India and they left. And then what happened? It wasn't what he thought. The Pakistanis all of a sudden started fighting. I thought, oh my God, like I literally threw my head back like, fuck. My brother-in-law always says to me, nothing's easy, right? And all of a sudden it was the Hindus and the Muslims and the Pakistanis and they were rioting in the streets. So instead of fighting the British, now they're fighting in the streets. And it all started again. Yeah. There's a sect war and the religious war. And that's when he starts doing so he'd fought that battle and you think, my God, he just wanted peace and calm, but through his eyes, then the Pakistanis were out in the street. And they, to this day, right, for cricket followers, haven't played a cricket game for 25 years. They have to play in Dubai because the two countries want to kill each other, right? Yeah. And it's quite unbelievable. Again, Australia doesn't have that, right? But I just thought to myself, it's not ironic. It's just, even if you think, like the war that's happened this year with America trying to bomb the Middle East and fix up Iran, right? There'll be a course of events that no one's thought of that will trigger Oh, the repercussion. Like the repercussion has obviously been the oil prices, petrol prices gone up by 50%. The world's economy has taken a major hit. Does Trump think about you've got to think about the consequences of your actions.
Well, it's very hard when there's so many players involved. I mean, Gandhi was a singular focus, and that was to create Indian independence, and he wasn't thinking about the after effects of that, which really at that time is very difficult.
Yes, and that's what's amazing, because we all watch this film and you're thinking, well, it's a movie, he's eventually going to get there, or it wouldn't be Gandhi, right? And then I didn't know about that Pakistan, obviously. Like I almost got a map out and I was starting to get the globe out to work out. Well, it's obviously pissed them off. And then that obviously, it's like the same as Russia and what happened in Serbia. Like it happens everywhere. That's why Australia really is a lucky country in so many ways.
Yep.
We're a million miles. No one cares about us. It's very good. It's very good. So there you go. Yeah, you can see it had an effect on me.
It does. And jump in if something else comes to mind that you want to talk about.
I want you to talk about his name. Because his name, I always thought his name was Mahat. But that means... they say it. I wrote it.
That is his name.
No, it's not.
Mohandas.
His name's Mahendras
Gandhi.
The title Mahat means something soul. They say it.
Well, also they call him
Mahatma Gandhi, right?
They call him Bapu.
Yeah, Bapu.
Bapu is a Hindi and Gujarati word that means father or dad. It's a term of affection and respect.
Correct. He was supposed to be the father of India.
Bapu.
He was the father of India. Go, Robbie, give us some...
Well, I'm surprised you haven't brought up yet in terms of the cast, and feel free to jump back out of this.
I can, but my iPad shit itself.
So there was a few. So Edward Fox, he was Brigadier General Reginald Dyer. He was also in Sexy Beast. And...
There's two favourites of mine.
I know. Chariots of Fire.
Eric Little's in it. So, yes,
Ian
I'm just...
Charleston.
And the other guy. Yeah.
Taken away in the world today is everything you got.
Okay, I'll tell you the cast.
It was John Ratzenberger. He was the American driver for Burt White. We've got Daniel Day-Lewis.
Why are you doing the Cheers song then?
For John Ratzenberger.
Oh, yes, he was in it for about a minute, the driver.
Who are you talking about?
Yeah, he's in it from Cheers.
Well, who else were you talking about?
No, there's one other.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis.
So, there's a young...
In his first film, we've got Martin Sheen.
Sorry, Ben Kingsley we did.
Yep.
Eric Little, right?
Ian Charleston.
In Charleston, that's right. Daniel Day-Lewis, because I had to pause.
In his first one, I don't know him. He said Daniel.
Yeah. Then there was Martin Sheen.
Yep.
Apocalypse Now.
He's a journalist.
Candice Bergen, Murphy Brown. And then John Gielgud.
So John Gielgud also from Chariots of Fire.
Do they say he can run? Like, he won, as expected. So he's the one, if you know Chariots, that's up in the court, when you didn't like him having a coach, Sam Sabini, for Harold Abrahams, but yeah, so there was the two. And Eric Little, that was very hard for me to watch because I just expected him to start running. It's exactly what he looked like, right? And you know what I think of Chariots, so yeah, good one.
Good for you, mate. This is up there with your best of the year so far. I can't keep up. So I think it's time for Rowan Reminiscences. What do you reckon?
I reckon we're good to go, Rowan Reminiscences. Pretty short and sweet, this one. We're going to do it in 1982 when this film was released. As we start each week, we'll start with the best movie, and the nominations were The Verdict, Ghandi, Missing, Tootsie, E.T., and the winner of Best Film for 1982 was...
Ghandi.
There you go. So you can't go too far wrong when you win the Oscar. The best actor in 1982 was Peter O'Toole, My Favourite Year. Have you seen it?
What was the one? What was it?
My Favourite Year?
No.
Peter O'Toole, it's your man. You like him?
I like him, yeah.
Paul Newman, The Verdict. He's in a lot. Paul Newman gets nominated in nearly everything he does, just by the by. Jack Lemmon in Missing. Dustin Hoffman, Tootsie. Ben Kingsley, Ghandi.
I want to do Tootsie, but Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley. So that's like Forrest with Forrest Gump and Tom Hanks. They've gone the two big awards. Best Actress in 1982.
Ben Kingsley.
you almost go around. Keep screaming it. Shirley MacLaine in Terms of Endearment. Holly Hunter, The Burning Bed. Jessica Lange, Frances Deborah Winger. Terms of Endearment. Good trivia point. And Meryl Streep, Sophie's Choice.
We've got to do Sophie's Choice. Meryl won it.
Meryl won it. So two bits. How often has a film had the leading best actress, two ladies? We discussed this a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we did. Yeah, we've done Terms of Endearment as well.
I know, but it's not often you get a star and a best supporting. They put them both to top billing. I'd love to do Sophie's Choice. That's a tearjerker.
Have you seen it?
No.
Same. Also putting it off because it's going to be so harrowing.
You know the concept, right?
Yes.
Do you know the concept?
Yeah, it's got to choose a child, I think.
It's a concept film. Yeah.
Fucking don't ruin your good stuff.
Here's some fun facts. You know we did the movie Air with Matt Damon?
Yep.
The story of Michael Jordan. Well, in 1982, Jordan hits the winning shot for North Carolina, the whole set play, and he moves into history books and becomes famous. MTV was launched in 1982.
TV.
We used to listen to, what was it on a Saturday morning? Rage. Rage. Ever listen to Rage?
I remember the first song that came on MTV. It's a trivia question.
Is it Dire Straits?
No, so it's something on the radio. Anyway, go on.
Okay. Who was born in 1982? This person is the future King of England. I am?
I can't remember his name.
Prince William. Okay. If I could shake my bum and sing forever, forever.
Shakira.
Well done. She was born in 82.
Shakira.
Yep. One of the most beautiful ladies on the planet. I am Jessica
Tandy.
Biel.
Do you know who Jessica Tandy is?
I do know Jessica Tandy.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Yes. Kelly Clarkson was born and Christine Bell were born in 82.
Who?
Kirsten Bell, was it?
Yes.
Sorry, it's bad eyesight.
Is it Kristen or Kirsten?
I think it's Kirsten.
Kristen Bell.
I think it's Kirsten. I've written Kristen. Other big films in 82. How's this for some offcuts? Ready?
Some offcuts.
How about this guy? Blade Runner, Harrison Ford.
Can't get through it.
Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian.
I'll give you the line, you give me the film, okay? I've got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, good one. Officer and Gentleman.
Officer and a Gentleman. And what about this? You send 200 men in there, you better bring one thing. What's that?
A body bag.
A good supply of body
Rambo.
bags. So Rambo 1, 1982, Sylvester Stallone started his next epic character. Rocky was already on screen.
Born.
Short and sweet. That's Rowan Reminisces.
Well done. Not bad. Not as good as last week, but not bad at all.
Yeah.
But you've carried yourself magnificently in this podcast, let me tell you. So
Thanks. There you go. Okay. I think we should have some trivia. Got any trivia?
It's unbearable.
I don't know the exact line. Can you give us some trivia? Robbie, is it trivia time?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
There you
There's
go.
always a time for trivia. You've got to get the word time in there.
Time.
What time is it?
that would make sense.
Click it to memory.
That would make sense.
Okay, you've been doing so well. Okay, here we go. Trivia. I think there's quite a bit here, as you would expect. Budget 22 million, which today is over 75, but I reckon to make something like this would be hundreds of millions.
Yeah, 22's cheap for the cast size. I mean, this is an extravaganza.
Not a well-known cast in 82.
No, but a lot of people.
Hundreds of thousands of people. We'll talk about that in a second.
Right.
Made over 175 million, which would be today about 450 million. Awards.
Yeah.
It received a leading 11 nominations at the 55th Academy Awards, winning 8, including Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor. It holds the record as of 2020 for the most BAFTA Film Award nominations received by a single film, with 16 nominations at the British Academy Film Awards.
And 8, you said it won 8 Oscars.
Yeah.
That'd have to be close to a record.
It's up there, mate. So Richard Attenborough won the Oscar for Best Picture and Best Director for this movie, even though he had expected and hoped that Steven Spielberg would win for E.T. Attenborough worked with Spielberg on Jurassic Park and The Lost World, while Sir Ben Kingsley appeared in Schindler's List, which finally won Spielberg the Best Director and Best Picture Oscars. Filming took 12 months and used up to 23,000 feet of film. That's approximately 7,000 metres of film. I'd like to compare that against Apocalypse Now. Could you check how much film was used in Apocalypse Now?
How much film was used? Is that what you want to know?
Yeah. Sir David Lean and producer Sam Spiegel planned to make a movie about Gandhi with Sir Alec Guinness as Gandhi after they'd finished The Bridge of the River Kwai, but then they opted to make Lawrence of Arabia instead, which we should do. I think you'll really enjoy that actually as well. Now that you've watched this, maybe we'll do that. Dustin Hoffman had expressed an early desire to play the title role in this movie, but as you said, he was offered Tootsie the same year and ended up taking the latter role. He eventually lost the Oscar that year to Ben Kingsley. Dustin Hoffman had expressed an early desire to play the title role. Oh, I've just repeated myself. No, we talked about it as well. It was a theatrical debut of Daniel Day-Lewis, the young hoodlum Colin. Over 300,000 extras appeared in the funeral sequence. About 200,000 were volunteers and 95,000 were paid a small fee. After plans for the film were announced, Richard Attenborough held a press conference in Delhi for the Indian media. There was much concern and opinion expressed about how Gandhi, a ritual deity to many Indians, would or should be portrayed on screen. When one female journalist seriously suggested that Gandhi should only be shown as a brilliant white light moving across the screen, an exasperated Attenborough snapped back, "Madam, I am not making a film about bloody Tinkerbell." It was originally intended in the funeral scene to use a wax figure of Sir Ben Kingsley as Gandhi. However, on the day, it was clear to Richard Attenborough that the wax dummy would fool no one. So Kingsley was asked to lie on the funeral pyre. He kept his eyes shut throughout, despite having petals fall on him constantly. Martin Sheen donated his salary to charity. And while filming in some of the more rural villages in India, with Sir Ben Kingsley in full makeup as Gandhi, many natives thought him to be Gandhi's ghost, which I can believe because when we were in India, a lot of people in outer villages, rural villages, would come out to us as white people. They'd never seen white people before, and little white children. So we got lots of people stopping us on the streets. In John Ratzenberger's brief scene, his voice was dubbed by Martin Sheen. Mahatma Gandhi's last words, "Oh God," are inscribed on his memorial in India in Hindi. And finally, shared heritage of Ben Kingsley. He was born Krishna Pandit Banji. His father was Gurjati Indian, the same ethnic group and region from which Gandhi came. His physical transformation, Ben Kingsley lost 20 pounds to match Gandhi's frail physique, following a strict vegetarian diet, and shaved his head daily for the duration of the shoot. Now, in terms of his method acting and lifestyle, he didn't just act the part, he lived it. He practiced yoga and meditation to master the calm-centered posture of the Mahatma. He also learned to spin cloth on a charkha, just as Gandhi did. He also spent hours watching newsreel footage of Gandhi to perfect his walk, his gait, and his mannerisms. And while his physical transformation was real, he used what has been described as darkening makeup and body paint to better match Gandhi's skin tone. The authentic, simple costumes designed by Banu Attaya helped him feel the character.
I looked that up during the film.
What's that?
Because we just watched Sexy Beast, and I'm thinking he wasn't that dark in Sexy Beast. So they did use a bit of to darken him up for this role.
Yeah, look, that is it for me. This is an epic. I'll wrap it up, son. Give us a rating.
Just before I do, so you wanted 2 million feet of film.
2 million?
2 million for Gandhi.
How many?
And Apocalypse Now is 1.25 million.
No, I never said 2 million feet, you numpty.
About 1.2 million feet of 35mm film.
Yeah, no, there was, what did I say, 15,000, 12,000-ish?
That equates roughly to 380,000 metres for Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, we were 7,000 metres.
Hey?
We had 7,000 metres, so not even close. Not even the same ballpark, man.
Okay.
This is no renegade filmmaking. This was in the making for years. Wrap it up. Give us a rating. Tell us where you can watch it.
Absolutely outstanding. You can tell by the way I'm pretty passionate about this one. The cast, incredible performance. I knew nothing about it. It's educational, highly recommended. Go on Prime, Apple TV, go and watch this film.
Pay your $5.
Pay your $5. It's so worth it. Only the length was probably the bit that stopped it getting a 5 out of 5. I'm giving it 4.8 out of 5.
Wow. Well done. Okay, if you're drawn to biographical dramas or serious historical storytelling, this is worth your time. It's a carefully made film that genuinely reflects Gandhi's philosophy, anchored by an exceptional performance from Ben Ben Kingsley. Watch this alongside Sexy Beast and you see the range, the same actor disappearing into two completely different human beings. There's no CGI spectacle here, no shortcuts. It's an old-fashioned epic built on scale, discipline and performance, and that's exactly why it still holds up. It's a 4.65.
Good scores. They're good scores, aren't they?
Very good scores.
And this is a
you
film-
are a 5 out of 5 for me today.
What's that?
You're a 5 out of 5. Genuinely. You know nothing about movies, but your political history and your articulation and stuff like that is very, very good.
Nice backhander. But you think, right, 4.8 and 4.6, it's 50 years ago with no CGI. So imagine how good the storytelling, the plot, the centerpiece, the piece in human history. I mean, if you don't like this film, you're not interested in life, right? It's got everything that the most incredible topics cover.
So can I just say, I'm going to hark back to Legends of the Fall, where I gave you an absolute blasting over that, which we did, I think, last week or the week before.
Sure.
And all you could say was such a beautiful film, and Brad Pitt looks fantastic, and there's no substance to it. But this, you got your teeth into. These are the kind of movies that I want us to watch.
I understand. But when you go to a shopping centre, there's lots of different shops and brings out different sides of your personality.
But can you now appreciate why I thought Legends of the Fall was just not worthy and was rubbish?
It brings out another side to you, though. You seem to be only like that. I like lots of different films.
But how can you say that? I love this movie.
Yes, but you didn't like Legends of the Fall. I love them both. And one's... okay, Legends of the Fall...
Rubbish.
Is
Absolute rubbish.
It's fictional. It's fantasy. It's make-believe. It's got some great characters.
All the three things that you say that you hate, because you hated Interstellar, fanciful nonsense.
No, that's next level. That's next level when it's outer space.
You want this argument? You want to hear this argument? But tune into Legends of the Fall last week.
Legends of the Fall and...
But let's not ruin the podcast because...
But Gandhi, I promise you...
Oh, look at your hands.
I can't help it. I've quoted...
Namaste.
Imagine quoted him. Namaste. Thanks for listening.
Well done again.
Thanks, Robbie.
Thank you. Yeah, you always have to finish with thanks for listening, otherwise I can't.
I said thanks for listening.
No, I know, but then I wanted to wish you another congratulations. And I don't really want to finish because you're doing so well this week.
Gandhi, go and watch it. Thanks for listening.
Finish with an Indian accent as Gandhi.
No way. No, I'm doing it.
That's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time.